8
We've all become accustomed to the concept of the secret number stations that have been operated by the various intelligence agencies of the world in the last half a century. The monitoring community has done a great job of identifying and classifying most of them, but did you know that there's a whole host of somewhat more elusive number stations that have appeared over the years? Stations with bizarre traffic, some of which were decoded, but whose operators have never really been identified for the most part. This is the story of the unofficial, unidentified hoax number stations. The Brother STAIR number station is a parody of a conventional spy number station. The voice of the now deceased radio prophet Brother STAIR is used to recite strings of numbers. The numbers appear to be spliced recordings taken from STAIR's announcements of various contact telephone numbers and frequencies over the years. The encoding scheme usually consists of a simple substitution cipher, so they're easy to decrypt, not like their intelligence-related counterparts. The encoding scheme is as straightforward as A equals 1, B equals 2, and so on and so on. The messages are usually personal attacks on Brother STAIR's morals and questionable actions. For example, in September of 2005, Al Fansom, who I mentioned in my last video on the WBNY number station, received this broadcast. When the numbers were run through the simple cipher, they were decrypted to form the following sentence. Another Brother STAIR number station was logged on September 25, 2017 on 6930 kHz USB at 0135 UTC. The number string was as follows. Again, running this through the simple cipher table gives us the following sentence. There's a couple of things to note here. Firstly, the obvious errors. We don't know if that was a transcript error or an error on behalf of the sender. Also, 00 is used to signify the end of the message. I'll leave a link to my video on Brother STAIR in the description below, and if anybody has any recordings of the Brother STAIR number station, then please drop me an email. Now we'll look at what became known as the menu stations. They usually popped up on known pirate frequencies just below 7 MHz, but elsewhere as well. The oldest one was a pretty good imitation of the Spanish female Atención number station out of Cuba. However, the machine-spliced numbers, cinco, cuatro, etc. were replaced by the names of Mexican food items, such as taco, burrito, etc. The first known station of this type to appear was called the Mexican Food Number Station. This parody was first heard on Halloween night on 3456 kHz from 6 minutes past midnight till 33 minutes past midnight UTC on November 1st, 1987. It consisted of a female voice repeating "Atención" with a poor accent, followed by her reading 5-word groups of Mexican foods, for example, tamale, nacho, friole, tortilla, and burrito. The Association of Clandestine Enthusiasts, or ACE, was sponsoring a special contest that Halloween weekend, but it's unclear whether the transmissions were related. Another similar station was known as Atención 69. This station started off in around 1997 and began with the opening phrase, Atención 69. This was followed by groups of 5 expletives. It closed with Eat Me Twice.
Attention 69! Attention 69! Shit! Piss! Shit! Piss! Ass! Penis! Vagina! Cunt! 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 Orgasm! 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 Eat me! Eat me!
Another related station was observed on 7425 kHz and a few other frequencies in 1989 that sent the same sort of messages read by an accented female announcer, consisting of Mexican food items instead of Spanish numbers. The messages went something like, Atención, taco, burrito, tamale, tamale, nacho, final, final. In the late 1990s, an imitation of the imitation appeared with the same CIA counting format, but with its English numbers replaced by delectable Chinese items and wine. Before we continue, I wanted to quickly mention the Roman numerals number station that was active for a brief period in the early 2000s. It was thought to be a number station parody whose broadcasts consisted of a robot-like voice reciting Roman numerals such as this in the same manner as other number stations reciting Arabic numerals. Although the station was never identified, it was rumoured that this was the same station responsible for MIDI radio, a pirate active on or around 6955 kHz USB during the early 2000s. Programming consisted of popular music played in MIDI format. If anyone has any information or recordings of this elusive station, then drop me an email. One unusual number stations parody presented itself in 2008. It was given the name Oscar Lima until the perpetrators behind the broadcast reached out and clarified its real name, E. St. Louis Toodaloo. It was named after a composition written by Duke Ellington and Bubba Miley and recorded several times by Ellington for various labels from 1926 to 1930. The station took the name due to Steely Dan's 1974 cover of the song, which was used as an interval signal. The station claimed to use the Outer Limits column of monitoring times as a one-time pad for message encryption. Transmissions followed this schedule. The only known message was broadcast on October 28, 2008. And this was the content of the message. Using the paragraph odd jammer in the August 2007 Outer Limits column, the decoded message could be deciphered, and this is how it read. The station operator indicated future plans for additional encoded messages based on the Outer Limits column, but it's not known if they did continue after this brief period. Again, if anyone has any recordings, I'd love to hear them. Two interesting number stations were logged in the early hours of November 15, 2011. The first was heard on 6930 USB at 0328 UTC, and the second on 6935 kHz USB at 0344 UTC. The first one played a music box type preamble for around a minute before a male voice read strings of numbers. The numbers were read in English in the style of some of the German number stations. There was no end of message marker or musical outro. This is a recording of the first broadcast from the United States. The second message followed the same pattern. In this clearer recording, also from the United States, the operator speaks a phrase which I can't make out. Take a listen. These were not recognised as official number stations and were classified as pirates. They're interesting nonetheless. Of course, there have been many other instances of pirate number station broadcasts over the years. I had a trawl through my archives and dug out everything I could find. If you have more, then let us know in the comments. In 1991, the unpopular and somewhat controversial WKGB was heard using the voice of a clown, with an echo machine screaming the word insomnia, followed by strings of numbers. In 2003, Radio Oz was heard on 6955 kHz at 2353, reading strings of numbers and garbled speech. In 2006, KRMI Radio Michigan International, a station that usually played rock music, began playing the Lincolnshire Poacher. The Lincolnshire Poacher, for those who don't know, was a British MI6 secret intelligence station based in Cyprus. Video link below. 2008 saw RPR, Real Pirate Radio, another station known for playing rock music, airing some sort of number station. 2009 saw a transmission that used the voice of a train conductor shouting "all aboard" prior to 5-digit coded messages. Not much was known about this station at first, but it turned out in later years to be all aboard pirate radio. The same year, another fake number station was heard on 6925 kHz, reading continuous strings of numbers, along with the sound of a bleating goat and the phrase, "I guess I should be going."
0, go, 0, 6, go, 3, go, 6, go, 9, capital, 10, 0, 6, 9, capital, 10, 0, 6.
This transmission was heard in 2010 that followed the family 1A number station format and read numbers in French. It was believed to be a hoax and was never identified. On February 2nd, 2011, a female automated voice was heard on 8, 11 and 14 MHz LSB at 10:28 UTC, reading this string of numbers and letters in phonetics.
Echo, V, 7, Alpha, X-ray, Romeo, Echo, Whiskey, Golf, Zulu, Golf, Golf 8, Oscar, Hotel, Kilo, Quebec, November 8, Charlie, 4, Hotel, X-ray, 5, Earth, Echo, 7, 2, Romeo, India, 9, Foxtrot, 4.
This imposter number station was logged on 6927 kHz on December 20th, 2010 at 0235Z. It contained a female automated voice reading a long string of numbers.
9, 6. I repeat, message 9, 2, 9, 6. 2, 4, 9, 8, 3.
In 2012, a transmission was logged on 6925 kHz that consisted of a handful of 5-digit numbers being spoken in English. This was believed to be a parody of the Israeli Mossad E10 number station that was active around the same time. On March 17, 2012, an unidentified pirate was heard on 6925 kHz USB at 2346 UTC. The live male voice read this string of NATO phonetics in the style of a US military emergency action message, a video on which you'll find in the description.
Lima, X-ray, uniform. November, Romeo, Sierra, Golf, Juliet, Kilo, Victor, Yankee, Mike.
On April 6th the same year, at 2035 UTC, a number station pirate was heard on 6210 kHz. It began with buzzing tones before an automated female voice read these 5-figure groups of phonetics. The transmission ended with 00000, like many of the Russian number stations do, but this was never decoded.
Uniform, November, Uniform, November, Charlie. Uniform, November, Uniform, November, Charlie.
From 2014, a station that became known as the Bangalore Poacher was heard across various frequencies. It was dubbed the son of the Lincolnshire Poacher because it used the same iconic musical preamble. Believed to originate from Ontario, Canada, it would ID itself as the Bangalore Poacher in Morse code.
949.
The station used to send QSL cards out to listeners, but as far as I can tell, it hasn't been heard since 2017. A possible number stations parody was heard on October the 31st, 2022 on 4060 kHz USB at 0309 UTC. Reports claim that there was a male voice counting in English and Spanish with a strong reverb and background music.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 1, 1, 1.
Upon further listening, this turned out to be WENO testing before a broadcast. It did sound eerie though. And finally, this terrifying fake number station was observed on 6875 kHz on an unknown date at an unknown time. What's really unnerving is the strange tones in the background, an almost even scarier version of the famous Gongs and Chimes number station. This was never identified or heard again, and was believed to be a pirate. If you have any information on or recordings of number station fakes, hoaxes, spoofs and parodies, then I'd love to hear from you.